I'm here with Sandy Canally of the compliance team, and we're talking about the new accreditation program, Patient-Centered Respiratory Home, that you guys just won a New Product of the Year award.
Yes.
So that's terrific news right there.
That is.
So what is the significance of this program?
Well, thank you for asking. Much like Patient-Centered Medical Home, it's focused in on advanced services with advanced access, care coordination between respiratory care practitioners and prescribers, pulmonary specialists, whoever is in the circle of care. So we have the providers actually coordinating care among all of those other providers in taking care of Mrs. McGillicuddy, focusing in on being the best, taking care of respiratory care management.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're very excited. We did an expansion of this in the pharmacy arena, in the pharmacy world, and bringing prescribers of medication and primary care together, and this does the same for respiratory. It was very important to me to come up with something that would enhance our DMEs that already are specializing in respiratory, but maybe need an edge to be differentiated from their competition that's just an oxygen company.
I was going to say, this is a big differentiator.
This is much more than that.
Okay.
So, they could take it to payers, they could take it to referral sources and show how their services go beyond the, other guy down the street. So, especially for January, opening up the gates to expanding products and so forth. I think, again, it lends the DME provider that has already chosen respiratory or wants to get back into respiratory a way to better identify and position their business for their patients.
Gotcha.
Right.
So now the first provider to receive this new accreditation is Breath of Life out of Sherman, Texas.
That's correct.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, actually, they were very interested in expanding their business to better serve their community. And so because of that, they already were accredited by us for DME, for clinical respiratory, but again, this ups the game to the upper end of the respiratory therapist license with hands-on care, hands-on assessment, and Breath of Life was very interested in doing that. Again, that market differentiator and better serving their community, which is what it's all about.
Okay. I'm here with Blume Loe of Breath of Life in Sherman, Texas. He's the owner of the respiratory provider business. And Blume, why don't you tell me a bit about why you pursued this particular accreditation?
It was easy to recognize that the industry needs higher standards so we can create more value, so that we can, talk about reimbursements sometimes, talk about taking care of the patient. There's a lot going on here, and we need to provide that value, we need to prove that value, and the only way to do it is by raising the standards.
Gotcha. And do you feel that this will help you sort of differentiate to your referral partners?
It gives us something to talk about. We've had many first, and we're proud of that, but in all reality, if we're running as fast as we can, hopefully everybody else is running as fast as they can, and it's best for the industry, which is best for the patient.
Gotcha, and that's probably huge right there. Is have you started to see with this new accreditation any sort of difference in patient outcomes or anything like that?
Not yet.
Too early to tell.
It is too early. We're the first provider. It's today, but we will be able to put down some data that'll be really cool in the future.
That's true.
It's great having an accreditation agency, because we've had one before that treats you like the enemy, not the customer. The enemy, not the professional. And with the compliance team, we've always had a good ear. Anything that we think, say, or do, they're accessible, and they will listen, they will get you answers, they will talk to you, and I can't imagine working with better people.
All right, okay. Well, thanks very much.
Yes, sir.